Watch City Cigar Old Dominion. This is a vapor, and this is the more popular vapor that Watch City makes. Originally I wasn't going to do this one because we already did a Watch City, but that other Watch City got a bad rating, so we're going to give them another shot. This is also a flake. We are smoking it out of the same pipe we smoked 558 out of, and let's get this going. Okay, smelling it through the plastic, it smells like hay and it smells like a cigar. Now this is only Virginia's and Perique, so there's no cigar in there, but it does smell like a cigar. So I get like a sour chocolate. That's what it looks like. And like alcohol. Not a particular alcohol, just some type of spirit. All right, let's get this broken on up. See if there's some pieces in here that I could just take. This is probably not going to be enough, but we'll see. That's what it looks like broken up. All right, let's get it loaded on up. I'm not really getting anything on the dry draw. It's if I had to say something, it's sour, but it's like it's barely sour on the dry draw. It's really just air that I'm sucking in here. So there's a bit of sour in there, so I guess we could say the dry draw is sour, but it's hardly that also. So let's get it lit on up. All right, the initial light, it smelled pretty good. But the initial light is, it's still kind of like that air that I was tasting, but the sour is a little bit more strong. So the initial light just tastes airy and sour. All right, let's get it tamped and going. Okay, after tamping and relighting it, it is spicy. It kind of engulfs your whole tongue, that spice. Yeah, your entire tongue is spicy on this. You do get a tiny bit of sour, and it kind of is like pepper, like salt and pepper when you're puffing and breathing through your nose. So it's kind of like if you held your nose into a jar of pepper. And that's also what you get on your retro hell. You do smell, it's kind of like a sweet sourdough that you smell, but I don't really taste that, at least not yet. All right, we're gonna get a room note specialist in here though. Let me tamp it again. Yeah, it gets spicier as you tamp it. All right, let me go grab her. Be right back.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
What's it smell like? Anything? But it's inside? Okay. So it is a pleasant, I think it smells like sweet sourdough. She said she doesn't know what it smells like, but she said it does smell good. And she said you could smoke this inside, so this is an inside smoke. So far though, all it is very spicy. And it's also spicy on your lips. If you get your spit on your lip, it's a very spicy tobacco. I think this is probably mild to medium. We're about a quarter right now. It's got that ammonia smell coming off the bowl, and it kind of burns when you, yeah, it burns your eyes when you sniff the bowl. But it doesn't have that burning sensation when you retrohale. It is peppery, it is spicy, but it doesn't have that sneezing burning that you would usually get off of the ammonia. All right, let's get this book started. All right, we are doing Watch City Cigar Old Dominion. And I do believe this is the more popular of the vapor blends. But this is Virginia's and Perique's. The other one was 558, which I did a review on that already, so you can go check that out if you haven't checked it out. But I do believe, if I remember right on the website, Old Dominion is a more popular blend than 558. There's no flavorings. The cut is flake, pressed flake. And the tin notes, I was getting like a sour chocolate and cigar on the outside, like a cigar hay type thing going on. Let's see if we got anything else. So it's more like, to me, a sour chocolate. And you know, I could smell dough in there, so it's like sourdough. Sourdoughy chocolate and some type of alcohol. Right now I'm going to say mild to medium for the strength. It's a pleasant room note. The moisture, not really moist, but also not dry, so a bit of moisture, but it's more on the dry side than it is on the moist side. It's in a pouch or a baggie, and we're using our Falcon, and we will get to the tasting in a minute. So this is the same pipe that I used on the other one. So when you pick it back up and there's not a lot of smoke coming through it and you're tamping it, it's like a grass or a hay. And I would say we're probably close to halfway. It's now sour. Yeah, so halfway into the bowl, it's still very spicy on your lips. Like if you lick your lips, but the spice is now not all that bad, and it's now more of a sour. But it's just like a smoke. I'm not tasting really anything. You can kind of smell the hay now also. Okay, now this Falcon gets very, very hot, so you kind of got to smoke it by the stem like that, because if you like hold it, it gets scorching hot. Because I mean, this bowl is briar, but the pipe is actually metal, so it's aluminum, so it gets very, very hot. So it's definitely a pipe you've got to slow smoke. I'm not a slow smoker, so this is one of those ones you want to puff a couple times and then set it down and go about your work and then come back to it and smoke it like that. Because like I'm telling you, it burnt, like it's burning. Like if I were to leave my hand there, it would burn it as if I was sticking it in fire or on the stove or something. But Falcons are cool pipes because you could twist this off and replace it with a different bowl if you wanted to. They all fit each other. All right, I think we're past half, so we're gonna start this book. And there's really not much to this one yet. We still got at least a quarter, well, a little bit more than half, but, well, a little bit less than half. But in the beginning, it was very spicy. And still right now, it still burns my lips. Like it's a spicy burn on your lips. Like if you were eating salsa or jalapenos and you got it on your lips, that little sensation that you get. But then towards the middle, it turned more into sour, but I wouldn't say a sourdough because I'm not really tasting that. The Retro Hell is a pepper, like salt and pepper. So it's like, and like towards the beginning when you were puffing and breathing through your nose, it's literally like if you were sticking your nose in salt and pepper, the pepper of it, you know? So, pepper. I was getting some hay or grass. I think it's more hay than grass. It's ammonia on, oh. It's, it was some type of spice that I just smelled. Maybe a clove I was just smelling. And now it's burnt toast. So I was smelling, let me see if I, yeah, it's so there's not a lot of flame in here anymore. I gotta puff it to get it going, but it smells like cloves now. It did smell like ammonia though, so I'm gonna put ammonia and cloves. But it just tasted like burnt toast. That's with not a lot of flame coming through it, because there's not a lot of smoke coming through that. So burnt toast. Burnt toast hay, and like when you're puffing it and then you smell your bowl, it's kind of like a clove / wet paint, you know? That's kind of what I'm getting. I'm not getting ammonia anymore. But this is past the halfway mark, so it's more like a burnt toast now. I think I got everything. I'm gonna add that wet paint. All right, and we'll get more if we get more. We'll fill it out. And it's back to spicy, but it's a sour spice now. Okay, so we're at the bottom quarter right now. And it's kind of a mash of everything. So it's spicy, it's sour, it's burnt toast. Mostly sour and burnt, or I'm sorry, sour and spicy. But you really get that burnt toast, and now I'm also getting something sweet, but like a flowery sweet. So it's floral. This is towards the bottom. I don't remember if the last one did that or not. So it's like a sweet floral note that I'm getting. And every once in a while, like really just every once in a while, I get like a cigarette, like if you were lighting a cigarette. Okay, so it doesn't, your breath doesn't really stink, but it's got a tobacco-y aftertaste, so I would brush my teeth for sure, but I don't think your breath stinks. It doesn't stink right now anyways, while you're smoking it. When you bring it back up, it's sourdough. It's actually not a bad smoke. All right, we're gonna get it cleaned out though, because I'm now holding it here and it's hot, so I don't want to burn myself. So we're probably almost done anyways. But it's a real pleasant wood smelling coming off of the ash when it's in the ashtray. And yeah, we were pretty much done. Yeah, there's nothing left in there. We went down to the bottom on this one. All right, well, today we did Watch City Cigars Old Dominion. This is a Vaper Perique. And we smoked it out of our Falcon, the one that gets very, very, very hot. It's still hot right now. Like, this thing literally will burn you. This is an estate pipe though, so I don't know if a brand new one would do that or not. Also, when I took off the stem, the entire stem came with it. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. I haven't cleaned my other Falcon, so I really don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. I got something. Oh, that's from this. Actually, it might be leaking also. It's probably not seated well, so I gotta reseat this. because there's like a brown goo on the bottom of it. Anyways, I would give this a 3.5 out of 5. It does not taste bad. It does taste good, but it's a little bit too spicy. So predominantly this is a spicy vapor. That's really all you get. It is sour a little bit, but mostly to me, it's just a spicy smoke. You do get little hints of everything else in there, but if I were to describe this in one word, it's spicy. So if you like spicy vapors or Virginia Periques, this is definitely the one for you. It doesn't taste bad. It didn't give me heartburn like the other one did. So it is good. But I mean, I gotta rate these things best, right? And we've got a few to go still, so I can't give them all 4s. 3.5 on this one. You can get it at Watch City Cigars. I do believe they sell this all the time, so try it out. Everybody should try out every tobacco. So 3.5 for me. Thank you for watching, and
bye.